During my studies with the philosophy of asana, I spent a significant amount of time in Greece with my teacher. But unfortunately, I was too preoccupied with the astral plane and didn't take the time to learn more Greek. Regardless, there is still one word that stuck with me, and even if you don't know what it means, it just sounds joyful, and that's kalimera, or good morning. I don't know about you, but it sounds a lot more cheerful way to me to greet the day. It creates a feeling of something exciting and unexpected is about to happen, like a surprise. And then I wondered, how often do we anticipate to be surprised, and are we even wired to start the day with a sense of excitement? Or are we already dreading it as we make up and think that we all have it planned out and can already predict the nature of our experience? In a way, we do need some sense of predictability, or otherwise it can feel very overwhelming and stressful to be constantly bombarded with sudden and unexpected events. Yet many are still so particular and used to one and the same experience, leaving no room for surprise and excitement. As when we become too comfortable moving through the sameness, day in and day out, we start living on autopilot and become rigid in the flow, where we lose the flexibility needed that allows us to soften deeply and trust the experience, the unknown. Imagine it this way. You may feel tightness in your hips when you're used to sitting on a chair behind your desk for hours at a time. So the only way to soften the tightness in your hips is by movement and stretch, by breathing into those areas and create more flexibility there. And so the same principle goes for the soul. But what is the soul? The soul is not something you have, like you can take it with you whenever you choose to and put it in your backpack on your way out the door. Because essentially, the soul is you, or you are the soul. We are souls in a temporary physical form. Every human being is a soul expressed through a spirit living in a body. But what is happening to that soul, or us? When we do not leave the room for surprise, we start to live from a place of survival or attending to purely our physical needs, neglecting our deeper needs of the soul. And the more we start attaching only to the physical, the more we disconnect from the essence. So when we live from a place of disconnection, every day becomes a push. And the more we need to push through yet another day, the more we harden. We harden to experiencing joy. We harden to softening in our existence in being and feeling a sense of meaning to what we're actually doing in the environment we're in. I really like this quote by Ronnie Brown. You deserve to be in the environment that brings out the softness in you, not the survival in you. So I want you to stop here and for a moment take a really good look at and observe the environment around you. How do you truly feel there? Is there someone next to you, or do you wish there was? How do you feel about that? Are you happy with where you are in this moment? Do you experience a sense of meaning? And if you are, then congratulations, because you're truly one wealthy person. And these are some not so easy yet essential questions to ask ourselves, which we rarely stop and give a second thought to reflect on. Because the reality is, way more people do not feel content with their experience and surroundings. So if you feel stressed, anxious, frustrated, angry, annoyed, and here you can use any adjective of your choice describing your dissatisfactory feeling, especially when it's been present for prolonged periods of time, then welcome to the Soul Awakening Kalimera. How to awaken your soul or essence and choose to integrate it within the chosen environment around you. Because only once we are integrated or live from a place of unity, we experience the feeling of weightlessness, weightless of the heavy, burdensome feelings. And in this state, you wake up to the flow or surprise each day has in store for you. And if you wonder, what is that? It is not just some grand surprise of winning the lottery or being promoted to be a CEO of a company. It is simply the surprise and excitement of being alive. Because let's be honest here, how many are truly excited about being alive? When we are alive, we soften, we feel one within with everything around us, which in essence is the meaning of the word yoga, to unite. Or we can also say here to integrate, as it is described to unite the body, mind, and spirit. But until this day, the process of integration or awakening still remains a mystery, as it is only known through myths that yoga emerged through the Hindu god Shiva, which interestingly enough is the god of destruction. So how would someone responsible for destruction would also be capable of healing? But what we know is that in order for us to heal or awaken, we first need to destroy the rigidity in the body, the illusion of the self or spirit, and the false perception about us and life. And our role in life to see what truly lives in the soul or in us. And this process of discovery is far more resisted and painful for many, as it can take a lifetime to uncover, especially when we don't consciously choose to experience it. So for that, I have created the Soul Awakening Series, where you can consciously choose to start your day by taking only 5 minutes to connect to your essence and come closer to experience your truth, but also to find your kalimera, or reason to celebrate your mornings with me. For this purpose, I have selected the most triggering physical sensations for you to connect to and start your day with, according to your moon sign placement. And yes, I say triggered, since we only awaken when we are triggered. And when we consciously work with those triggering sensations, we become more in tune with our physical experience and in touch with our environment by awakening to our essence, our soul. To achieve that, I integrate various breathing techniques, yoga asanas, and focus on the physical area of sensation to help you start the awakening process. All information serves a purpose or meaning, which I have compiled for you in these short video series so you can get in touch with your own individual experience. And even if you don't know much about astrology, you do not need to, as I mostly apply this language with tangible and practical ways for energy alignment purposes, because we do not technically need to know yet another thing to clutter the mind with if we don't know how to integrate that information. For this reason, just take a look at the sign your moon is placed in and go to the video assigned for it. The moon, which in short symbolizes our emotional needs, our subconscious mind and roots. It represents our soul and the foundation to navigate life and all of the experiences around us. Fun fact here, yoga was discovered around 5000 BC, or about 7,000 years ago, while the first written materials on astrology were found 5,000 years ago, which means it has existed even times or ages before that. So for those two teachings to sustain their use in time, even if you do not believe in their significance or understand nor practice them, then you can possibly consider that there still must be some truth in them after all. See you in your kalimera video next. And to add in a quick disclaimer, please note that if you have specific illnesses, diseases, conditions, or if you're pregnant, have epilepsy, or any medical condition, please consult with your doctor on these breathing techniques and practices. I'm not a doctor. I've only had over 15 years of experience trying pretty much almost, I will not say everything, almost everything out there in terms of breathing techniques and asanas and esoteric studies and you name it. And I don't call myself a master in any of them. I kind of view myself as master of no trades, jack of all. I think that's the saying. Probably I confused it again. And that's aside from my philosophical training in astrology, since this is my main focus. But when I introduce all of these different techniques for you, it's because I have tried them myself, each and every one of them. And with the knowledge that I have, my goal is to integrate them so they can help you personally on individual level, as I do not believe one way works for all. And so I'll see you in your kalimera video. Thank you.